Yo, what's good guys? Welcome back to another YouTube video. So today we're reacting to why you're lonely and how to make friends. This is a different type of video from this channel at least. I never expected to see one about how to make friends. Uh it's pretty basic how to make friends. I don't know, I guess let's just watch how to make friends a different way. And being honest, bro, I think making friends is it's too much. That's why you gotta make friends when you're a kid. So like when you grow up, you just stay around the same people because it's annoying making new friends when you're older. But let's watch the video. If you're new here, don't forget to like and subscribe. And yeah, let's watch.
Friends make life good. They provide the scaffolding that makes it not just bearable, but fun. They give us a sense of meaning and purpose and are a source of security, self-esteem, and happiness. Almost nothing predicts how happy you will be as how connected you feel, and a lack of social connection is associated with a number of diseases and a shorter life. But maybe you have scrolled through your phone unsure who to call to go to a movie with, to celebrate with, or ask for comfort. You may realize that you don't have enough friends and feel low.
Oh, come on, man. Celebrate should be the least thing, bro. Like, I'd be too greedy to call anybody. If it's cake, oh my, bro, I haven't ate cake in years, bro. Like, I want to eat cake. I'd eat cake by myself, definitely. Yeah. Man, for people who don't have friends, I feel sorry for you. It's just like, it's crazy. You're on the internet looking for validation from strangers. That's what not having friends leads to. It's crazy though.
And
it's really crazy.
It's not just you. Disconnectedness and loneliness are widespread. Many people want more close friends but don't know how to get them. Surprisingly, nowadays, loneliness is highest among young people, whose relationships were also hit especially hard by the global pandemic. Social distancing stopped teens and young adults from mingling in classrooms, clubs, or dorms. Millions of friendships, maybe lifelong friendships, that might have blossomed will never exist, with profound long-term consequences for our collective happiness. The good news is that it's not too late, and there are lots of friends to be found. We'll mix scientific information with actionable advice in this video, but we can't address every individual situation. People, cultures, and schedules are different. If you suffer from chronic loneliness, you can also watch the video we made about it.
Oh, that's a disease.
Okay.
Oh, wow.
As with all important things in life, making friends is infuriatingly simple, but not necessarily easy. But it works through a few pretty straightforward mechanisms. The most important thing about making friends. People make friends with other people when they spend casual time together. This is how our ancestors formed their relationships, because humans lived in small, close-knit communities in which options for making friends were limited, so we just formed good relationships with the people who were around us. This is why it's so easy to form new friendships in school and university. Society locks you and your peers in a building for several years. You share similar activities, but more importantly, similar schedules. Overlapping and fluctuating social circles form, naturally giving you regular FaceTime.
But I gotta say, like the biggest part, it's like, what do you call it? Sports teams, that's the biggest one. It's better than class, because class it's weird. They're like, oh, go form a group. I hate when they say go form a group, especially when none of your friends are in that class. You're like, you're gonna be left. So you're like, wow. But sports teams though, that's the sweet spot to getting a lot of friends, because it's a bunch. It's just sports teams. I gotta say that's like the best way to get friends. I'm just gonna say, because like you get, like, depending on your sport, 40-50 people to talk to, and you're like, wow. Depending on how good you are at the sport too, to be like, yo, let's be friends. You're good at the sport.
Shared experiences with many different people. Time to find others with similar worldviews or senses of humor. Proximity can be more important than similar interests. One study found that in student dormitories, the distance between rooms was the strongest friendship predictor. living closer together meant a higher chance of becoming friends. Another study showed that being physically present in a class a lot without saying a word makes others more sympathetic to you. So the most important principle of making friends is to regularly spend time with people in the real world. This alone can make it happen
See, online
automatically
friendships
and
are
trumps
not good.
all other advice.
I mean, they're good,
But don't forget
not
that making friends
as
is not a
effective.
numbers game or a competition. Don't compare yourself to others. Everyone has a social calibrator that can change as you go through
Having
life.
too much is not good.
Maybe you
though.
were more introverted as a teen, but yearn for connection in your 20s. Maybe you were part of sprawling social circles, but prefer fewer friends in your 30s. There is no right or wrong, only right for you. Why we don't have enough friends? The main reason for a lack of friendships is the simple fact that most people don't prioritize friendships nearly enough. They don't realize until it's too late that retaining friendships demands regular energy and attention. Although they are so important for happiness, friends often take a back seat to other life decisions. Work, commuting, romance, or kids take up so much time and energy that it's so much easier to crash on your couch and lose yourself in.
No, but texting first, that's like when you have, yeah, it's cool. There's friends that are like, constantly texting you. That's the cool friends. But then you got other friends that are like, they want you to text first. You're like, yo, like, why is I just don't like putting that much energy and stuff. I'm lazy when it comes to stuff like this. I miss a lot of stuff. I'd rather be making a video right now than like talking about random stuff with people. I don't know, it's weird. But yeah, definitely when you feel like you're carrying the friend group, it just doesn't feel and making new man, this is all I thought this video was gonna be boring, to be honest, is making friends. But yeah, it just makes you think. You're like, yo, if you leave your like current friends, like finding new ones, I just thought about it. I'm like, yo, I actually don't want to leave my friends. I don't. That's crazy.
Mindless activities. Especially as an adult, going for a bike ride, getting dinner, or visiting a hobby store takes much more mental effort and commitment than it did after school, when time ran slower and energy and curiosity were abundant. But it's not just adults who are too busy for friends. The average American teenager spends more time on TikTok every day than socializing at parties, events, or on the phone with friends combined. Established friendships
invite me
don't
to a
require the
party,
same time
I'll
investment
go.
as early friendships to keep up, but they do require some commitment. As life distracts you, it's
That's
easy
why I
to
said
skip out on checking
kindergarten
in when a
friends
friend goes through exciting or depressing
are-
times. And so
are
many
the type of
friendships
people you
fade for
need.
lack of attention, often by accident. Which is extra tragic because there is never only one person losing a friend, it's always at least two. Another thing that makes many people vulnerable is the way friendship networks are structured. The friendship paradox is the phenomenon that on average, most people have fewer friends than their friends. Which makes sense since you're more likely to be friends with someone who has many friends than with someone who has few. Rather than being densely interconnected, friend networks are often built around central hubs. So if central people disappear from your life, this can deprive you of many connections at once. And it can lead to a distorted self-perception that you are less popular than others, although you are perfectly average. It can get worse quickly with big life events.
Popularity
Maybe
is
you
so
move for school,
lame. Like now that I thought about it, popularity is super lame, especially in like high school. Like, it's like after you leave, you're in a college class. Like nobody knows you. Like you're just another guy. No more. Oh, I was Hoko King. I was homecoming king or queen, or I was prom king. Yeah, nobody cares. Nobody cares. It's like, so like popularity definitely should not care that much about it. But yeah, keep a few friends. 2 or 3 is fine. But yeah, cause I just call everyone a friend. Anyone that I meet, we talk for a few. Whenever I see them again, I'm like, yeah, that's my friend. Cause what are you gonna call them? Acquaintance? That's just, nah, we don't talk like that. anybody I meet, I'm like, yeah, that's my friend. I used to talk to them. But yeah, I don't really know what to call a friend, to be honest. And how long do you have to know somebody to call them a friend? Because someone in the hallway, you just talk to them, you're like, you talk for a little bit, and then next time you see him, it's like, yeah, I'm friends with that guy. You're like, yo, I just talked to you, and you just go with it. But honestly, you shouldn't be lonely, bro. It's 2022. Like, we left depression and all that in 2020, whatever year COVID was.
A core love and are left without social networks. Or you had a breakup that left you with the smaller part of the formerly shared social pie. The reasons why you find yourself with less connection than you want are as diverse as people, but the underlying cause is almost always time. There is no shortcut. To make new friends and retain friendships, you have to prioritize relationships, spend time with people in real life, and make them feel that you care. So take a look at yourself and rebalance what you spend your life doing. How to make new friends. Studies have shown that new friendships can develop quite quickly, weeks after you meet someone. But it takes a few months for a casual friendship to become a close relationship, with the biggest impediment being time invested and the quality of your interactions. To make friends, it helps if you intentionally look for people you have things in common with and who are open to new relationships. You want to make it easy for yourself, so examine what kind of person you are.
Who knows?
Generally speaking, extroverts tend to crave sensory stimulation, spicier foods, loud music, or the excitement of engaging a crowd. Introverts, often confused with shy people, tend to be more sensitive to sensory stimulants and prefer quieter surroundings, fewer people, and even less spicy food. Different places attract different people.
I don't like spicy
Not everybody
food
can easily make friends at a bar or a football game. Not everybody finds a stroll through a park or a bookstore stimulating. Men especially form friendships around shared activities, but in general, it's a good idea to go to places that feel comfortable, where there are people you might like who do things you find interesting. Look for local clubs or opportunities to volunteer. Check out what hobby stores are around and dust off your Space Marines, or see if there are new D&D groups in your city and ask if you could join one. Check meetup apps for gaming nights or wine tasting, join a sports club, or look for people who go hiking or want to cook together.
Yo, this exists? I didn't know wine tasting. What the heck is... Yeah, I don't know any of these. Is he talking about dating apps? Dating apps, maybe? I don't know. Is that dating apps? Whatever. But yeah, these things seem like rich people stuff. Wine tasting? Who drinks wine anyways? That's left that in 2015.
Another obvious avenue is your professional life. It helps if you work in a job that attracts people like you, so you might consider this when you choose a career. Deepening your relationship with colleagues can lead to great friendships, especially if you look for peers and there is no power imbalance. And of course, there are friends you've lost touch with. You may be able to revive some of these relationships. In some cases, all it needs is a call or an invitation. Research shows that more often than not, the other person will appreciate that you've reached out. There are likely way more opportunities to spend time with others than you are aware of. And if there aren't, you can take the initiative and create them.
And not talk.
Invitations are signals to start friendships. So bring people together by having a dinner party, organizing a football game after work, or starting a board game group. Everybody appreciates people who organize fun things, and the simple act of reaching out can kickstart a self-propelling upward spiral of well-being, fun, and connectedness that can seriously improve the life of everyone around you in meaningful ways. If you meet someone you vibe with, it's pretty scary to make the first move, but they may feel the same way. Equally interested in a friendship, but also blocked by fear of rejection. So it's worth going for it. Worst case, they're not interested, which will sting for a few hours, but the best case could be a lifelong friendship. A risk well worth the reward. Once you've formed early connections, check in whether they have important things happening in their life. Of course, it's important not to be overbearing, but the more time you invest, the more opportunity you have to engage in meaningful banter or silly jokes. The fact that friendships take time also means that you need to be patient and kind with yourself, especially if you're out of practice. Things will not improve overnight, but slowly, step by step, if you keep up. Open up, care, and share. Many people don't
Never
have an
thought
issue
friendship
being
would be
around others,
this
but
deep.
struggle to turn
It's too
acquaintances
deep.
into
It's
friends.
too deep.
So let's talk about two important principles that make it more likely that you'll connect: caring and sharing. In general, our favorite topic is ourselves and the things we care about, because we are literally at the center of our own universe. So
Yeah,
people tend to like
narcissists,
people
man,
who
I
are
love
genuinely
myself.
interested in them. So if you want to make friends, your goal should be trying to learn what makes them tick. Just as important as caring about others is reciprocity and openness. To connect, you need to share the experiences that made you, you. Now, you don't want to overwhelm the other person and immediately spill out your deepest secrets, but open up a little and reveal personal things, because this also signals to others that it's okay to do the same. The best case is that you find shared experiences. Maybe you both had a hard time in school, maybe you share a passion for weird movies.
No, the type of friends I have, bro, it's just like, nah, it's funny. They laugh at you if you say, if you know, you have some big, deep, dark secret, something like that. Even I would laugh at you, man. Something like that is just so movie-like. It's funny. Like, I just laugh. If it's like, I don't know what I really hide from people. I don't know what to hide. Yeah, I don't know what to hide. I don't like talking about myself, but what to hide? Yeah, nothing comes to mind when it comes to secrets. Something about me that's a secret. Sure, I don't know. Not
Learning
at all.
about others
Nothing
and
comes to
sharing
mind.
personal stories in a balanced way and not overdoing it is not an exact science. Noticing the line between opening up and oversharing requires practice and depends on the vibe of the conversation. One of the
So
perplexities
true.
of life is that to get something, it can be helpful to convince yourself that you want it less than you do. In general, it's good to be laid back, have fun, and enjoy yourself. Do things for yourself without expectations, but also be open to social opportunities and accept invitations if they show up. And that's
I've never
basically
been
it.
to a movie theater, bro.
Give friendships
That's like
more priority in your
being
life.
honest,
Check in
100%.
with friends and regularly go to things to have fun. Show genuine interest in others and give them the opportunity to know you without selling yourself too hard. If you do this, you're on track. If this sounds a bit scary,
Yeah,
the
I
good
wish I had
news
a
is that
friend who
human
could
brains are
invite me
hardwired to seek
go
connection.
drink
It's
and
perfectly
eat.
normal to seek out new friends,
I
and there are
don't
many
know.
people who would welcome more close relationships. There are friendships up for grabs everywhere, and there are plenty of people who will be so happy to have you in their life. As
Bro, I
a good
love
friend,
food. One of the
go get to know
best
them.
ways to be friends with you, just give me food. We're friends.
For a short time, there's a
Happy.
free community-organized worldwide Kurzgesagt meetup. If you're over 18 and want to take part, go to our temporary subreddit that our community
Over 18. Okay, I should go. Alright, but if you guys made it this far, tell me if you like making new friends. Cause I don't know, man. I feel like it went a little too deep with making friends, but it's okay. Like it's fine. We went too deep. I was like, yeah, this feels like science on how to make friends. Basically engage and you got a friend, hopefully. But yeah, if you made it this far, thank you and have a nice day.